hustle. Some people had brains, some people had muscle. Some people had both, a dangerous combination. A couple steps ahead of any sticky situation. Know when to make the move and know when to stay and be patient. And just because you're flesh and blood doesn't make you related. She used to tell me a story about the amazing Glaze. Him and your pops was like brothers, but that nigga was crazy.
Hey, good day, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Just in case you joined me for the very first time, I am the real Brian Glaze Gibbs, man. Hey, for more of my story, Google Brian, B-R-I-A-N, Glaze, G-L-A-Z-E, Gibbs, G-I-B-B-S. And right now you'll read some of the things, and trust me, some of the things that you read, you would not like who I once was. Between the age of 14 to 24, okay? I want you to underline that. Between the age of 14 to 24, I did everything in my life that was negative from A to Z. And I'm not proud of that. I'm not here to say, like, that's what I'm boosting, that's what I'm preaching. No, I'm preaching right now change. I'm preaching right now is before y'all pick up that brick, throw it at that prison wall, committing a crime, you know what? Do critical thinking. So on this date, like I say, 37 years ago, November 10th, 1988, I was on a run. At 24 years old, I was on a run from the federal government. And my charges was, guess what? 21 USC 841, 21 USC 843, 21 USC 846, 21 USC 848. Okay? I didn't know none of that stuff. I didn't even know, when you committing crime, you out there, you always under investigation. But I didn't know I was under federal investigation until August 11, 1988. August 11, 1988, they pick up Cat. He was in Shawanga. They pick up Pappy. He was in Comstock. They pick up Cat mother, who was in Alabama. They pick up Pappy mother, who was in Brooklyn. They pick up Cat wife, who was in Virginia. His girlfriend was in New Jersey. They pick up a lot of different people throughout the metropolitan area. And the only reason I didn't get caught, because right now, first of all, they only had one address for me. And that was at Cypress, my old headquarters. And you know what? I've been left there. But nevertheless, I was on a run. And I can remember getting that phone call, bright and early. And they telling me on the other line, listen, man, they got the feds, like U.S. Marshal, the SWAT team, all over the place. They got Cypress surrounded. And right now which is our building, 1266 Southern Avenue. They got people, checking their ID to trying to see who's who and what's what. People coming around that vicinity. And right now they said, look, man, I don't know whether they looking for you or whether they looking for me. Man, sit back and think about that, right? Here it is. And then later on you get rumors that they found a couple of bodies up in that apartment. That was bogus. But nevertheless, man, I got up that day, man. On August 11, I was supposed to be taking my son to the doctor. I was so shaken. I was so nervous. And every white man that I seen that day when I went to Charleston Hospital, I'm thinking it's feds. But nevertheless, folks, listen, I was on a run going from South Carolina, New York, Virginia, Chicago, LA, all over. You know what I'm saying? Trying to escape, trying to prevent from getting caught up and got to do life imprisonment. You know what? That luck ran out. That ran out on November 10th. November 10th, 1988, got up. It was a Thursday. Got up, shower, got dressed, went and get a haircut. I'm down in Moncks Corner, South Carolina at the barber shop. My mother came in there because it was a unisex place and she was getting her hair done. I didn't know it at the time. She said, well, at least if they pick him up today, guess what? At least he got a haircut. Nevertheless, right now, I got in my car. She came with me. I dropped my mother off, pick up my son, pick up my niece, and let me treat them to McDonald. And you know what? Like I told you, as I'm in the car and I'm looking at my rear view, and I'm saying to myself, whoa, they got me. Because once again, when you're a criminal and you out there, you can pick up on certain things. And what I picked up on, that the feds was on me. Nonetheless, I proceed. I went, took my son and niece to McDonald. And as I got into the parking lot, I see the same car and other cars there. I'm trying to play it off. So I got out. When I got out, took them out, and we went inside. And I can remember as we got inside of McDonald It's like these folks look like they were jumping from over the counter, coming out the sideway, coming all over. And right now they rush me. Slapped 3 sets of different handcuffs on me. My son ran out, and I'm telling, yo, get my son, because once again, he's young. I don't want, he running, and then right now somebody coming in not paying attention, driving, and they wind up hitting him. But here it is, man. These folks snatched me up, put 3 sets of handcuffs, and I can remember these words, man, these exact words. You would never see the street as a free man again. Oh, man. That was like the end. And you know what, folks? Listen, man, that's what men say. That ain't what God say. And when you sit back and you look at it, man, being 24 years old, facing 1,000,001 years, for what? What in the hell was I thinking? I wasn't thinking. How the hell I got caught up into that street life in the first place? Why did I feel that, you know what, guess what, I can do what the hell I want to do, and guess what? I didn't have to pay. Like I say, don't do the crime if you can't do the damn time. And you know what? I couldn't. So I made a deal. I did approximately, 8 years, 8 months, and 17 days off a 10-year bid. And even with that being said, folks, listen, man, I should have never been in that predicament in the first place. I'm not trying to justify my action, because there's nothing to justify. I was out there, I knew what the hell I was doing, and I was wrong. But once again, when you know better, you're supposed to do better. But at the end of the day right now is when you see all these individuals out there and they doing all this stupid shit, keep this in mind, man. It's a price to pay, man. It's a price to pay. And like I told you right now, if you want to know anything about me, I give full disclosure in my book. What happened, what took place, what type of deal I made, right now, everything. Any and everything that you need to know about the real Brian Glaze Gibbs is in the Beyond Lucky book. A true story about crack, murder, and redemption. And you know what? What it's showing you, if I can change, anybody can change. Get your signed copy by emailing me at Brian, B-R-I-A-N, Gibbs, G-I-B-B-S, 1201 at yahoo.com. And keep this in mind, folks. Crime doesn't pay. If I can change, anybody can change. Because change comes from where, folks? Within. And just imagine being on a run. Right now is 1986. I was on a run for a body. Then 1988, I'm back on a run. Come on, man. It don't get better. It get worse unless you change your ways, change your behavior, and most importantly, change your friend and change your zip code. Peace, love, and prosperity. One.
Knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box. Knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box. Knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box. Knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box. Who you know more realer? Stories with more thriller. Spit real facts. Who you know more chiller? Knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box. Knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box. Once upon a time, not long ago, in the streets of Brooklyn, Glaze had him shookin'. If he liked what you had, that took it. Give me gangsta moves. Ran with some gangsta dudes. You know I'm Brooklyn. Do straight take you for me, get that real 50 Cent fat cat pep. Had blocks on lock, BGG the movement. Here to make improvements. Knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box. Knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box. You know more.
And notorious cocaine crack enterprise in the city. That being Howard Happy Mason and Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols.
NYPD rookie police officer was murdered, executioner style. And as I'm listening to that, I'm like, whoa.
You actually dealt with Brian Glaze Gibbs, huh?
I dealt with him years ago, back in the 80s, early 90s. I was when he was arrested by my partner back in those days for several murders himself.
Not bad. I was given to me by a police officer in New York called Matt Byrne, whose son was gunned down by these drug dealers up there in New York City.
Glaze was probably within the top 10 people in the city, but I'm going to say that he was probably one of the top 2 or 3 in Brooklyn. You know, drug dealers, and controlled the drug organization.
And you know what I did? When I got the phone, I told my man, the next time we see him, he's out of here.
Yeah.
Less than 12 hours, that nigga was dead.
Yeah,
Is the second person you murdered?
No. Because, like right now, if you're going by the timeline, by that time, there's a few more before him.
You know, I heard so many good things about you. What I really like is, I know you're a tough guy. And I've known that for quite a while. And you changed your life, and you're coming around, and you're right. We're from New York. We're New Yorkers. No matter what color you are, no matter what religion you are, no matter what you are. You know, we're New Yorkers.
Well, he was a drug kingpin himself. He was a drug lord himself back in those days. And he operated out of Brooklyn and East New York. And, you know, he committed a lot of violent acts himself. So if anybody knows the streets, I mean, he knows the streets.
Tottenham.
Yeah, you gotta worry about them guys. But we only have to worry about those guys in Vanderveer and stuff. You know, we all knew Glaze and Tottenham, all those guys.
Yeah.
I know Glaze, Supreme Team. What up, Glaze? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, inside the mind of a killer, the Brian.